Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the newly revised Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, better known as GATE 2027, organized by IIT Madras. Now, if you think you already know everything this exam is about, you might want to stick around, because we're about to completely shift your perspective.
To kick things off, I want to share a quick story from our sources that really sets the stage. Meet Shilpi. She graduated from a Tier 3 engineering college, decided to take a shot at GATE, and actually qualified. At first, she kind of thought her score wouldn't lead to much, but fast forward to today, she's working at Qualcomm with a package of around 50 lakhs per annum. And it literally all started with this one exam. It just goes to show you GATE isn't just another academic test to dread. It's a genuine golden ticket.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the insane opportunities GATE unlocks, exactly who is eligible to take it, a full breakdown of the exam structure, the marking scheme, and finally, the logistics around applications, fees, and score validity. Let's get into it.
Okay, Section 1, the insane GATE opportunity. As you'll see, this is about way more than just getting another degree.
The benefits of cracking GATE are absolutely massive. For starters, you can secure direct central government PSU jobs, which currently boast an average starting package of 12.8 LPA. Plus, there are special recruitment tracks for highly prestigious organizations like BARC, ISRO, and DRDO. But what if you're leaning toward higher education? Well, if you pursue an MTech at top institutes like IISc or the IITs, you actually get paid to study. A monthly stipend of 12,400 rupees. Go for a PhD, and that jumps to 37,000 rupees, capping out at 42,000 rupees a month by your third year. And the craziest part? A solid GATE score is recognized globally, opening doors to master's programs at top 50 universities worldwide, including heavyweights in Germany and Singapore.
Moving right along to Section 2. Who can actually take GATE? Let's bust some major myths right now.
There's a huge disconnect between what people expect the rules to be and what they actually are. Most people assume there are strict age limits or that you absolutely must have a completed engineering degree in hand. The reality? There is zero age limit. In fact, back in 2024, a 69-year-old took the exam just to pursue further studies. And you don't even need to be a graduate yet. You can apply straight from the third year of your undergrad. We regularly see third-year students completely crushing it and securing top all-India ranks.
So the overarching rule of GATE is basically that there are no rules. No age limit, no nationality bar, no program bar, meaning whether you're studying commerce, arts, medicine, or science, you're good to go. And crucially, there is no paper bar. Your college major does not lock you into a specific test paper. You can pick from any of the 30 available stream papers. You could literally be a mechanical engineering major and decide to write the computer science paper if that's where your skills lie. The doors are completely wide open.
All right, Section 3, breaking down the exam. Let's look at the actual nuts and bolts of test day.
Logistically, here is what you're facing. GATE is a single, 3-hour computer-based test conducted in English. You're going to tackle exactly 65 questions, adding up to a total of 100 marks. And since physical calculators are banned, you'll be using a virtual scientific calculator right there on your screen.
Now, across those 65 questions, you're only going to see 3 specific formats. First, your standard multiple choice questions, where you pick one correct answer. Second, multiple select questions, where one or more options could be correct. And third, the NATs. Let's define that last one, because it's usually what trips people up. NAT stands for numerical answer type. Think of this as a pure fill-in-the-blank problem. You get absolutely no choices to guess from. You have to do the math, find the answer, which will be a signed real number, often a decimal, and manually type it in using a virtual keypad. Just to give you a clear picture, take a look at these official examples straight from the IIT Madras brochure. Up top is an MSQ, where you actually have to select both options A and B to get the point. Below that is an NAT. Notice how you have to calculate the change in spring stiffness and type in the exact numeric value rounded to 2 decimal places. No shortcuts here.
Okay, Section 4, the marking scheme. How do those 100 marks actually break down?
According to the official distribution, for the vast majority of core engineering papers, we're talking mechanical, civil, CS, electrical, the pie is sliced very specifically into 2 parts. It's a simple split. 15 marks test your general aptitude, which covers basic language and analytical skills. The heavy lifting, the remaining 85 marks, is entirely dedicated to your chosen subject-specific questions. That is where your core knowledge is really put to the test.
Now pay attention, because this is an absolutely crucial strategy tip. Let's talk penalties. There is negative marking on this exam, but it only applies to the standard MCQs. If you get a multiple select question or an NAT wrong, there is zero penalty, none. So, strategically, you should always take a guess on MSQs and NATs, but you need to tread very carefully with the MCQs.
Which brings us to Section 5, Application, Fees, and Score Validity. Let's lock down the final logistics. Here's the official fee structure for GATE 2027. If you apply during the regular window, female SC, ST, and PWD candidates are looking at 1,000 rupees per test paper, while all other candidates pay 2,000. If you miss that window and apply during the extended period, it bumps up to 1,500 and 2,500 rupees respectively. And keep in mind, since you can choose to sit for up to 2 papers, you'll just double these amounts if you go that route.
Here's a huge perk. Once you conquer the exam, your GATE score is officially valid for 3 full years from the date the results drop. This is fantastic because it gives you a massive window to be strategic. You could apply for an MTech right away, work for a bit, and then apply to a PSU, or even save it for a PhD program down the line. It gives you options.
But before we wrap this up, we do need to have a quick reality check about the competition. Because the rewards are so life-changing, everybody wants in. Roughly 10 lock aspirants register every year. But watch how fast this funnels down. Almost 2 lock people don't even show up on test day. Of the ones who do, around 6 lakh fail entirely. Only about 1.4 lakh manage to qualify. So the actual serious competitors fighting for those elite PSU jobs and IIT spots, that's a pool of about 50,000 people. And the top 1%, the ones landing the absolute best opportunities, is just 20,000 to 25,000 students.
Which leaves us with this final thought. When you do the math, the success rate for those top-tier, life-altering spots is effectively around 2.5%. You've got the roadmap now. You know the rules, the structure, and the fact that there are no hidden barriers standing in your way. The only question left is, are you ready to go all in with absolute grit for the next 6 months to claim your spot in that 2.5%? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.